And in today's episode, among other things, you'll see flying cars collide in the air and form a huge fireball during air show rehearsals in China. Meta's glasses, which keep you connected all the time and turn your wrist into a neural controller, are already available. A company that recreates extinct animals and created a kind of dire wolf is making progress to bring back the dodo bird. Elon Musk is revising his plans and claims humanity can colonize Mars by 2055. The world's first humanoid robot that has mastered the perfect Webster twist is already challenging physics. Let's check all of this out. Hello, impressed viewers. I'm Carlos Alves, and you're watching Incredible Reality. Without further ado, let's get to the video. The dodo, extinct for over 400 years and a symbol of extinction, may soon return. The Texas-based biotechnology company Colossal Biosense announced that it has managed to cultivate primordial germ cells, the precursors to eggs and sperm, from pigeons, thus paving the way for the bold De-Extinction project. The achievement was described by scientists as a crucial step. Beth Shapiro, the chief scientific officer at Colossal, summed up the impact by saying the following: "This was necessary to move forward, and now that we've achieved it, we're ready to continue." The strategy involves using the closest living relative, the Nicobar pigeon, as the genetic base for the dodo. From this base, the germ cells would be edited to carry unique traits of the extinct bird, reconstructed from DNA fragments preserved in museum specimens. The process, however, is different from the one used in mammals, since birds cannot be cloned in the same way. Instead, the researchers will have to inject these edited cells into embryos of sterile chickens, which would serve as surrogates. The expected result is that their descendants will carry genetic traits that are very close to those of the dodo. It's a slow process and may take 5 to 7 years for the first results, but the project is more than just reviving a lost icon. Colossal had already attracted attention by announcing the creation, through genetic engineering, of pups of something close to the extinct dire wolf. They also work on projects such as the woolly mammoth and Tasmanian tiger. In all these cases, the promise is to use science to reverse historical losses, although critics warn that talking about resurrection is a big exaggeration. Experts say recreating an identical dodo is impossible because the species is more than just DNA. Hormones, environmental interactions, and unique developmental processes simply can't be replicated. At most, you'd get a functional hybrid, a species rebuilt from similar genetics. Still, the implications are huge. The new technique can benefit not only so-called, once again, de-extinction projects, but also the conservation of current birds that are at risk of disappearing due to a lack of genetic diversity. For many scientists, this may be Colossal's true legacy. Not reviving the past, but making sure that other species don't follow the same fate as the dodo. What if we could observe in real time the first microscopic mistakes that lead to devastating diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's? A team at Rice University has developed a tool that acts as a molecular magnifying glass to show how it works. Proteins unfold unevenly in living cells. The breakthrough involves a fluorescent probe called ANAPTH. It's designed to attach to strategic points on proteins and record subtle changes that traditional techniques would never detect. Instead of seeing the protein as a whole, scientists began to focus on the subdomains, smaller areas that act as hidden triggers of instability. The result was surprising. Protein aggregation, once thought to be uniform, actually starts at isolated critical points and spreads like small cracks leading to collapse. ANAPTH, slight appearance varies with its environment. This means that when a part of the protein starts to become denser, more hydrophobic, or even chemically altered, the probe emits signals as if activating an invisible alert. These signals show damage starts before visible clumps appear, offering an early neurodegeneration map. This discovery challenges old models, revealing that diseases like Alzheimer's start in specific, fragile protein regions rather than spreading uniformly. For example, picture an iron bridge. Collapse starts at the first point of corrosion, not the whole structure at once. Ignoring it leads to total failure. It's exactly this critical moment that the molecular magnifying glass can detect. And the impacts go far beyond diagnosis. This technology paves the way for medications in the early stages of the disease, identifying whether the compounds can or cannot prevent the misfolding before it spreads. It's like intervening in a fire when it's still just a spark. Grasping these key points could be essential to both treating and anticipating diseases that challenge medicine. And are we really about to take the boldest step in our history? Elon Musk believes so. For SpaceX's founder, a sustainable, self-sufficient Mars settlement isn't science fiction. It's an achievable goal, and it could happen by 2055. Yes, he changed the date, but at least the plans remain, right? At the All-In Summit, Musk was direct. If we can exponentially increase the tonnage sent with each launch window, which happens every 2 years, we'll have the resources needed to build a true Martian civilization. That means not only landing astronauts, but also transporting everything a society needs, like habitat modules, robots, fuel, agricultural systems, and factories to make microchips on the Red Planet. Starship, the most powerful rocket ever built, is central to this vision. Made up of the reusable Super Heavy booster and Starship spacecraft, Starship is crucial for making Mars a new home for humanity. With Raptor engines powered by methane and liquid oxygen, fuels that can be produced directly on the Red Planet, Musk believes that self-sufficiency is within humanity's reach. The numbers are impressive, right? Starship version 3 at 124 meters tall can carry over 100 tons to orbit, 2.5 times more than Falcon Heavy. Looking ahead, Musk mentions an even larger 142-meter model designed to enable Martian colonization. But the biggest technical challenge remains the heat shield. Unlike the space shuttle, which required months of repairs, after every flight, Starship must endure re-entry heat many times without losing efficiency. Elon Musk admits it's challenging, but says SpaceX could show full reuse as soon as next year. If the plans are confirmed, the first flights, of course still uncrewed to Mars, could begin very soon. The goal is clear: build a base that can survive without any future supplies from Earth. For Musk, this is the ultimate proof that we have become a multi-planetary species. Will colonizing Mars guarantee our civilization's survival? Even if it happens, that's uncertain. But also the longevity of human consciousness itself in the face of risks like wars, natural disasters, or self-destruction. Maybe 2055 will finally answer one of humanity's oldest questions. Are we meant to live only on Earth? Finally, we get an answer, yes or no, and what do you think? Do you think Musk will help us become multiplanetary? Comment down below. And the exciting future of flying cars seem to be taking off from China. But a recent accident showed how this journey is still far from being turbulence-free. During a Changshan Air Show rehearsal, 2 Xpeng Aero HT electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles, known as eVTOLs or flying cars, participated. Collided mid-air, creating a fireball that frightened the audience and injured one pilot. Xpeng's subsidiary, whose flying cars we discussed on Incredible Reality recently, said the collision was caused by insufficient flight distance. One aircraft landed safely, the other caught fire upon landing. Videos first released on Chinese social media show thick smoke rising as emergency teams rushed to contain the flames. Despite the dramatic scene, officials said the injured person had only minor injuries and is now safe. But the accident raises an alarm. Each of these futuristic vehicles costs about 1.5 million RUS and will fly between 300 and 500 meters high. They promise autonomy for 5 to 6 flights on a single charge, as well as a 270-degree panoramic cabin. Doesn't it look like something from a sci-fi movie? Xpeng Aero HT has over 4,000 orders and has tested its models in China and the United Arab Emirates, aiming for mass production in 2026. This accident happened precisely at a time when the Chinese government is promoting its so-called low-altitude economy, a strategic sector that includes drones, flying taxis, and aerial services below 3,000 meters. It is seen as one of the drivers of the country's technological growth. With over 2,000 drone makers and 20,000 related companies, China sees this market as a future pillar of urban mobility. But the risks are obvious. You see that, right? A controlled test collision is different. Imagine hundreds of vehicles flying above crowded cities. That's completely different, isn't it? So, what now? Are we already trusting these machines, or is there still a long way to go before regulating them? Tell me down below. By the way, I saw a comment from a Brazilian here saying that the drone we showed in the previous video, a drone that flies here in Brazil, shouldn't fly only over the seas, the ocean. In this case, they don't just fly over oceans. All right, there's no exact guideline for this, but that's why we're still in testing, okay? Now, imagine a robot performing a movement so complex that even elite athletes train for years to master it. This scene, which until recently seemed impossible, is now a reality and is becoming quite common. You've probably noticed these things on the channel, right? Lingxi X2, a humanoid robot by Chinese startup Agabot, was filmed doing a Webster flip. It's essentially a front flip, using a back leg push-off and precise rotation midair. This spin, known in gymnastics for demanding great strength, balance, and coordination, had never been done by a humanoid machine until now. The recorded video shows the moment of takeoff, the rotation in the air, and the perfect landing, as if physics itself had been reprogrammed. The secret behind this feat lies in Agabot's proprietary motion control algorithms, combined with ultra-high precision sensors. This intelligence lets the robot adjust its posture in real time, distributing forces like a human athlete. It's a kind of choreography between mathematics and biomechanics, executed with precision by a processor. But of course, the Lingxi X2 didn't just appear out of nowhere. It didn't show up with a snap of the fingers. Created by engineer Benzi Hui, the humanoid was built to surpass conventional tasks, exploring the boundary between practical robotics and athletic performance. Its modular design, multi-joint force control, and real-time perception make it capable not only of walking in complex environments, but also of performing high-impact movements. Like what we've seen here, the milestone is even more significant when we think about the recent history of robotics. Previously, the top agility feats came from humanoid robots like Boston Dynamics Atlas, known for parkour and somersaults, or the models from Unitree, which recently showed that they can even do robot fights. But the Webster flip performed by Lingxi X2 marks a turning point. A humanoid robot has perfectly performed a highly precise movement, previously only possible for humans. This literal and figurative leap also puts Kajibodi ahead in the global humanoid race. The company has already announced plans to mass-produce these small robots in the next few years. And the challenge now is to turn this engineering marvel into practical applications for our daily lives. What's the use of a robot defying gravity if it can't fold clothes, wash dishes, or assist in a factory? Even so, the message is very clear. We've entered a new phase of robotics. Machines that once only imitated basic gestures now master athletic techniques that involve complex coordination, propulsion, and a lot of balance. I can't even do a basic forward roll, putting my head on the ground, let alone do something like that. And what about you? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, the sensation of being at sea, gliding or diving in a machine that blends automotive luxury with aquatic engineering is now accessible to those who can afford it. That's the concept behind the CIA Bob Special Edition. 63 created by Lamborghini with German specialist Kayago. They introduced it as the most powerful personal jet sled of all time. Inspired by Lamborghini, the Special Edition 63 features the brand's aggressive look and uses ultra-light materials such as carbon fiber, magnesium, and titanium. The same care went into building the brand's hypercars. Under the fairing, the vehicle produces 6.3 kW of power, twice that of the previous, most advanced F9S model. This means speeds up to 35 km/h on the surface, similar to a bottlenose dolphin or reef shark. Sport mode delivers instant adrenaline with rapid acceleration, while submerged mode allows depths of up to 25 meters, reducing the power to balance safety and autonomy. More than just power, the Special Edition 63 brings intelligent design. The new side wings increase stability, while the optional board allows the rider to adopt a leaning position, unlocking even more speed. To keep a sporty cockpit feel, the digital dashboard uses Lamborghini supercar graphics to show performance data. According to the manufacturer itself, the experience is not just a little faster, more intense, and exclusive. It was designed to turn every drive into a race of pure excitement. According to them, it's a sensation that mixes raw power and delicacy, since the 35 kilo machine remains light enough to be carried even on a bus yacht. Such luxury. Can you lend me a yacht? I wanted to use this machine, but without a yacht, I won't. Debuted at the 2025 Cannes Yacht Festival, the Bob Special Edition, 63 will enter production in 2026. I'm buying one. I just need the money. If you lend me some, I won't pay you back. Deal? At first glance, they just look like another pair of stylish sunglasses, like mine here, which aren't sunglasses, but they're stylish. But behind the Ray-Ban frame, there's a floating color screen hidden, which only the person wearing them can see. These are the new smart glasses from Meta. A bold step, to integrate augmented reality and artificial intelligence almost invisibly into our daily lives. With a 600 by 600 pixel display, the glasses show private messages, video calls, maps, weather, and real-time subtitles for nearby conversations. The promise is simple. Turn any space into a personal screen, no phone needed. But the most impressive feature isn't in the lenses, it's on your wrist. The Neural Band, a bracelet developed by Meta based on research with nearly 200,000 participants, uses electromyography to capture electrical signals that are microscopic and occur in the muscles. This means that small gestures with your fingers, often invisible to those nearby, can control the interface. Pinching, zooming, swiping, tapping the screen, or even browsing the internet without raising an arm. The level of sensitivity is so high that the bracelet has already been designed to work with people who have reduced mobility. This paves the way for digital accessibility unlike any previous commercial products. And Meta is already promising the next step. Recognizing handwriting made in the air, turning each finger into an invisible pen. With 6 microphones, open speakers, a 12-megapixel camera with 3x zoom and transition lenses that adapt to light, the set is more than just a futuristic gadget. It's a real attempt to integrate technology directly into our bodies, in a way that's somewhat natural and very intuitive. But as with any innovation tied to our senses, the question remains, how far will we accept a permanent screen before our eyes? I'm ready, are you? Uncle Zuck, send us one to test. This technology offers convenience and autonomy, but it also risks further immersing us in constant hyperconnectivity through apps, feeds, and notifications. And now, no kidding, it's going to make it even harder when we really want to disconnect. Maybe this is the first glimpse of a future where controlling machines with subtle gestures will be as natural as breathing. The real question is how society, not the individual, right? Are we ready for a world where the line between humans and technology is nearly invisible? So, did you like our content? If so, remember that everything you saw, the sources are here in the description. We've reached the end of another episode, and I want to thank you for staying with me until now. Thank you very much, really, okay? Remember that commenting really helps with engagement, okay? YouTube starts showing more videos to other people and more videos to you here on the channel as well. Leave a comment. I love Realidade Impressionante's videos. YouTube, show me more from Realidade Impressionante. That's pretty long, right? Just say, YouTube, show new videos from Realidade Impressionante. Thanks, bye, see you soon.